All right, now we're gonna be looking into Cardano. But before we do so, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also hit that bell button in there so you can be notified every time that we, add more TAs and more technical analysis towards our YouTube channel. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow me, Ali Martinez, at Ali_charts. And you can also follow my co-host, Akash, at Mac&Co with a 0 at the end. Now, when we start looking into Cardano, right? I mean, one of the main things that I'm seeing here. I mean, this is basically an outlier, so I wouldn't be paying attention to this downswing that happened right here. But what I can see is that the number of new addresses joining the network has been declining significantly ever since basically Cardano hit a new all-time high of roughly $3, right? Since then, the new addresses coming into the network has been declining, right? Which basically shows you that retail investors are not that interested in buying this cryptocurrency at the current price levels, right? So as long as this metric continues going down, I believe I will be leaning more bearish on Cardano than bullish. Right now, I do believe that it made a lower low, right? So on October 1st, the low was at 26,750 addresses, and now it is currently at 23,600 addresses. So as long as this metric continues going down, I don't see why I should be jumping into the bullish bandwagon, right? Kind of like the same thing happens with the number of large transactions with a greater value of $100,000 on the Cardano network. This metric is usually used as a proxy to understand institutional investors and whales activity on the Cardano network, right? So whenever this metric is going up, what it basically tells you is that institutional investors and wealth are positioning themselves for a bullish price action on this token, right? But once again, right after the top at around $3 or a new all-time of $3, this metric literally plummeted, and right now it's currently sitting at around 945 large transactions on the network after basically hovering at a high of 9,940 transactions, large transactions on the network. So this significant decline in there is another confirmation that this cryptocurrency, at least from an on-chain perspective, is leaning more bearish than bullish at the current price levels, right? And another thing that I see from an on-chain perspective is that Cardano lost a significant area of support, right? Basically after dropping below the 220 level, right? So as long as Cardano continues to trade below 220, I'll be leaning bearish on this coin, right? Any decisive daily candlestick close above 220 could, basically turn me a little bit more bullish on this cryptocurrency, and we could see it rise towards 232 or maybe 248, right? But as long as Cardano continues to trade below 220, I don't see why I should be jumping into the bullish bandwagon, right? So when considering all the other on-chain metrics that are basically leaning bearish, right? Such as the new interest coming into the network that is basically going down and recently made a lower low, and also considering the wealth activity and the institutional investors activity on the network that is basically is literally plummeted after Cardano hit an all-time high of $3, right? We need to start considering some bearish targets for this cryptocurrency, right? And one of the first ones that comes to mind, right, if Cardano is not able to basically close above 220, and if it gets rejected by this significant supply barrier, I believe that the next significant target for this cryptocurrency sits around 172. Yeah, $1.72. And if that support level right there doesn't hold, then the next significant area of support basically sits around $1.50. But yeah, based on all of these on-chain metrics, kind of like the activity on the network, I am currently leaning bearish on Cardano as long as it continues to trade below 220. If it breaks above this resistance barrier, then I could be potentially looking at an upswing towards 232 or maybe 248. But that's as long as you know the bullish perspective on Cardano goes. And for right now, I am leaning more a little bit bearish towards a downswing to 1.72. But yeah, that's my take on Cardano from an on-chain perspective. I don't know if you, Akash, are looking at something different.
Yeah, I am also leaning bearish, but my reasoning is a little different. So we're currently on the 6-hour time frame for Cardano. There's quite a few things happening here. So let me just make it clear. Okay, so first let's talk about this green candle, the order block here. This is the reason why this downswing or the correction that took place, right? So, and as you can see right now, this line that I've drawn here shows how neatly Cardano is reacting off of this level, right? So although it did kind of manage to close above it, it's getting rejected right now and it's going to go lower. So how low is it going to go? Generally speaking, I think it will go up to 2.117 here. Let me just give you the number for this. This is 2.189. Right now, I think it's going to come down here to 2.117. But if we do produce a close below 2.106, there is a high possibility that Cardano is going to continue this descent, right? If we close below this, it's going to continue this descent and target the liquidity resting above these candle bodies lows, right? So this area ranges from 2.01, let's just say 2.01 to 2.03, right? This is really good because you can see there's a double bottom formation that happened here. So there's a lot of liquidity resting below this, right? And even if we extend this a little lower, I think it wouldn't matter. So anywhere from $2 to $2.03 it's going to be really important. This is where Cardano is going to find support next if we break below 2.106. So this is the short-term outlook, right? So let me just show you what's happening here. Let's just take this out for now. Right, so look at this upswing that took place, right? We went higher, created a swing high, came back lower. There was a bullish order block that formed here. And then we went higher, closed above, we broke the market structure. That's what MSB stands for, market structure break. We went above it. A lot of people probably longed here, who are right now stuck, right? Now we closed below this and it's gone lower. And it's also closed below this order block here, right? So, and what's happening right now is it's trying to pierce above this demand zone, which is now a supply zone. And now it's failing. So if this continues to fail and go here, we're probably going to get a retest of this demand zone here and then move down to 1.9. So this is where I'm expecting this level here to play out. The liquidity resting with these candles, right? Probably even wick down a little lower, which is 1.93, 1.94. And in an extremely bearish case, probably 1.9. So either way, I think Cardano is looking really bearish. And so this is what's called as a bearish breaker. So yep, if we close below this demand zone, or if we close below this level, then I'm going to wait for a retest of this level here, which is 2.13, and then I'm going to short here and close my shorts over here, 1.97. Easy.
Okay, interesting.
Trade.
So yeah, it looks quite easy, especially whenever you take into consideration the on-chain metrics as well. It does seem that the way to go is to the downside, for at least for this cryptocurrency. I mean, it was able to rise phenomenally, right, with the launch of smart contracts on this network, right? But now it does appear that investors have been starting to sell the news, right? And after it reached a new all-time high of $3, right? Because when these were one of the few cryptocurrencies that literally have gone crazy this year. I do believe that there is, a considerable spike in profit taking that has yet to take place, right? So from a technical perspective, it seems like you're targeting basically 197, 190 as the lowest price point for this cryptocurrency. But the on-chain metrics, at least for me, are telling me that Cardano will potentially get rejected by the 220 level as is currently happening. and it will basically dive a little bit further towards 172 or potentially 1.50, right? Given the amount of enthusiasm that was around Cardano, right? And the fact that, you know, they're still struggling to bring some new networks into some new projects into their network. I personally believe that yeah, it's about time for the hype to basically fade away, and now for investors to start getting real on this cryptocurrency and realize some of the profits that they were able to make. So yeah, both technically and fundamentally, Cardano is looking bearish at the moment. And once again, right, Akash is targeting 197 to 190. If it literally gets rejected by the 220 level, well, I am targeting 172 or potentially 150, right? So I'm sorry about that for the Cardano army, right? But this is what the on-chain metrics and the technicals are telling us. So yeah, if you like this content, and if you didn't as well, because you're one of the bullish people on Cardano, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on Twitter.